Today's question today is brought to you by, let me see here, Jake Ghost, Lord Ghost HQ. And he asks, what is your favorite horror game? Well, I really don't got that many because I really despise horror games because I get a little bit scared easily. And when it happens, I'm like, my heart is pounding fast, I freak out, just a normal response. I have yet to actually scream. Honestly, I don't think I've actually screamed because of something of a scaring or like a jump scare or anything like that. I just shake or like I twitch or whatever. Just I flinch. That's a better word for it. But let's move on from here. That if I were to choose a horror game, which would be a little bit of a sub-rant here, it would have to be Resident Evil. Even though I never actually finished a lot of the games, but for me, Resident Evil does a trick. And I'm not talking about Resident Evil 5 and 6 here. I'm talking about the original Resident Evil from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 was at its peak. It was good action, and it had a little bit of horror in it, and that was a good combination. But then, of course, when Capcom actually moved on with 5 and 6, yeah, it was more about the action, less of the horror. But again, sub-rant, I'll talk about that in a bit. And for me, I never actually finished any of the Resident Evil games. Honestly, except for 4 and 5. I have really yet to touch 6. I've only done like a 1 chapter or 2 chapters. But for crying out loud, it's over an hour long for each section or each chapter. What were you thinking, Capcom? I did hear a rumor that they're actually starting to go back to the roots with a brand new Resident Evil game after they're going to be doing some remakes, but still, the fact of the matter is that with Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, it was a lot about survival. It was a lot about survival, conserving your ammo, just doing whatever is best for you to survive. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what to expect. And excuse me. And whatever happens, you're just going to have to deal with it and try to escape or kill the enemy as quickly as possible and not die. Again, I really never finished Resident Evil 0 through 3, but from Resident Evil 4 standpoint, they did a good job with the action / horror survival on that one. Just, let's be honest, it's very, very good to see Leon come back from Resident Evil 2, the fact that he escaped Raccoon City, and he is now a government agent to try to rescue the president's daughter, and in doing so, he gets injected with what's it called, Las Plagas, and he has to escape with taking that thing out of him, and of course killing everything else around with him. It's very, very fun. I just really hate Dr. Salazar. No, Salvador. I really hate Dr. Salvador. The chainsaw wielding guy. God dang, it still gives me memories. Alright. So, let's move on from here to the sub-rant of Capcom. Just before they announced it, let's be honest, like, I really wanted to say this, that with Resident Evil 5 and 6, you really lost touch of what you wanted, what you expected from us. Like, even though we're in the Western culture as is so rightfully dubbed, with a lot of action that we are interested in, but for you to take the basic roots out of Resident Evil, that's what made it kind of not a good game to play. It was still fun, but it just really took out the core aspect of the game, or the core elements. It was all about survival. It was all about the horror. You did not know what was going to go up in any corner, especially with the camera angles back then. You had no idea what was behind, but you could now do 3D cameraing or camera angles now. But the fact of the matter is that we had to conserve our bullets. I played Resident Evil Code Veronica, and if you did not save a lot of bullets, then you're gonna suffer a lot, because using your knife isn't all that great of a weapon, for crying out loud. And it's still a great game. I really want to do a Let's Play on Code Veronica one of these days. I just gotta actually play through it. It just has to deal with a lot of conserving ammo, evading zombies, and not dying because health is just limited. Especially with all the creatures that come out that are really, really overpowered at that time. I do have all the Resident Evil games from 0, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, and Nemesis. They're 2 different games. Is it Code Veronica X? I don't even know. I don't even know what order it actually comes in. I have Resident Evil 4, 5, and also 6. So if I were to do a Let's Play, I'm going to have to go through all those games just to figure out what I need to do, because I don't want to spend too much time with the puzzles. The puzzles are the ones that really get to me the most. And at times, I'm really grateful that I actually played Resident Evil 4, because at a younger age, I would have not really handled I would have not really handled Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3 very well. But now that I'm older and a little bit more wiser, not too wise though, because I still do stupid things. I will talk about them in the future. But just the matter is that I could possibly beat the game as it is now. And it would be a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll be able to get some of my friends who really enjoy Resident Evil and all its lore. Is that the right word for it? Just its history and their acknowledgement of the game, that they could actually provide a good commentary for Resident Evil. But other than that, Resident Evil would be my favorite horror game, even if you don't classify it as too much of a horror game because of 5 and 6. But going back to the roots of 0 through 4, it would be a good horror game to actually play. And then of course people would be like, why not play Dead Space? Yeah, eventually. I'm not good with scary games, but if it entertains you to hear a person scream, or yell, or get frightened, maybe I'll do a face cam let's play, I don't know, because you'll probably get a better reaction out of that than just hearing a guy just be like, oh my god! That type of deal. Then I could possibly do a face cam let's play. But who knows, anything could happen in the future. But other than that, thank you, let me see here, Jake Ghost, Lord Ghost HQ for the question of the day, and that question is, what is your favorite horror game? So if you would like to leave a response, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below, or if you want to make a video response, feel free to do so, and be sure to tell me in the comment section that you made a video response so I can annotate that as a video. Yeah, I will annotate that video at the end of this video so that people can take a look at it. Keep in mind that there's only going to be a limited amount of space for the annotations. So if you guys have any questions for me to answer, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Or if you have Facebook or Twitter, you may message me on there as well. And if I do answer your question for a video, I will link your channel in the description of that video. I will thank you verbally within that video, and I will leave an annotation to your channel at the end of the video giving you thanks for helping me out with something to do or something to talk about for that day. So, there's still a lot of work for me to do, a lot of videos I gotta record, and just hopefully I'll be getting better at doing these commentaries. It's been a while, especially with the whole Crash thing. Okay, broken record time. With that being said, I'm SorKing090, have a great day everyone, and as always, I will see you in the next video.